If there's one story of how dark the world of streaming can get, it's Only Use Me Blade. In February of 2026, he confirmed that he had his foot amputated.
There you go.
This wasn't some random tragedy or freak accident. In fact, this amputation was inevitable and people were just wondering when it was going to happen, not if it was going to happen.
You know, I could even understand it when it was the first little sore. It didn't look as serious to me as it did to everybody else. And then it was a bigger sore, and then it's like multiple large, deep sores.
He's become a lol cow, but the jokes stop being funny. But if people don't find him amusing, they won't watch anymore. He loses his livelihood and can't take care of his elderly mother. There are people who feel really bad for him, but there are others who have zero sympathy for him.
He is a downright deplorable, revolting, adipose astronaut, a downright stain on the internet. He is easily the world's worst streamer.
And when you break down his story, you'll see how people have come to both of these conclusions, and usually a little bit of a mix. Only Use Me Blade is one of the original content creators and Call of Duty streamers, and started his YouTube channel in 2009 when he was 25 years of age. What separated him from other streamers was that he played this first-person shooter game by only using a knife, not a gun, hence the name Only Use Me Blade. And despite having an obvious disadvantage, he impressively ranked in the top 1% of players and grew a sizable audience.
This puts him in the top 1% of Call of Duty players at the time, and he didn't even use a gun.
He also received a contract from the old organization Machinima and was living the dream of getting paid to play video games.
So what I'd like you guys to do is, because my subscribers went from about 4,000 to 7,000 in a day, which I think is awesome. Thank you, Machinima. Holy thank you. All you new guys from Machinima, welcome to the channel.
He also became good friends with the YouTuber and former live streamer Keemstar, to the extent that he moved from Seattle, Washington to Buffalo, New York so they could work and hang out together. As the popularity of Call of Duty streamers started to wane, it was important for Blade to branch out into different types of streaming. And Keemstar proposed an idea that, looking back now, he probably regrets.
Keem knows me and we would party, you know what I mean? But he would just be like, dude, like, you're one of the funniest people in general, but when you're drunk, you are hands down the funniest person I know. And so he was like, dude, if you did a stream where they pay you to take shots, you're going to make a lot of money and it's going to be fucking hysterical. And so I did it, and it was, I woke up with a hangover and like hella money in my PayPal. I was like, this is dope.
So Blade now had a livelihood that many young men would envy. As well as getting paid to play video games, he was also now getting paid to down shots. But these drinking streams evolved from something he occasionally did on stream to his main source of income.
Like, it used to be like every Friday night I would do it. But the thing was that when I would not drink, people would be like, I'm going to save my money and just get you plastered next time you do a drinking stream. So it kind of turned into, you know, doing drinking streams more often.
This also meant that his audience were no longer laughing with him, but laughing at him. So as well as being one of the OG gaming streamers, he was also one of the OG lolcows, which is a term used to describe someone whose audience is mainly comprised of people who laugh at them and aren't really supportive of them, don't have any admiration towards them, and generally just see them as something to poke fun at.
The only reason people have ever tuned into Brian's stream is to watch him pass out and compete with each other to see who can wake him up with the loudest noise through the computer. That is Brian's whole identity, his legacy.
In 2015, Blade was banned from Twitch for violating their guidelines. Specifically, he received a donation to perform a certain act upon himself and gladly obliged. Luckily for him, he had already had a significant presence on YouTube, so just streamed on that platform instead. Ultimately, Blade had a clear problem with alcoholism with no easy route out. Many people would be motivated to stop drinking because it will affect their career and their livelihood. Meanwhile, Blade was in an unrealistic situation where he needed to binge drink to sustain his career. Many people who suffer from alcoholism will also try to rationalize drinking more and more, and through streaming, Blade could easily justify this behavior. The good news for his health was that the novelty of these drinking streams was starting to wear off. The bad news was this placed his career in jeopardy. However, towards the latter half of the 2010s, he was given an unexpected lifeline. Blade got introduced to Ice Poseidon and became a part of the CX network, or the CX universe. This was a streaming group, an unofficial streaming fan base, you could say, known for pushing the boundaries of streaming content, especially IRL, and Blade's drunken behavior fit perfectly into what they were doing, which is any shenanigans you could possibly imagine. Here's one stream where Blade caught Ice Poseidon when he was clearly on drugs.
I've searched the house like 17 times, dude.
I know, I went in the backyard, dude. What the f happened?
What the f happened? What do you mean what the f happened?
I don't know what happened, bro.
The f callers called that f twice. She got pissed off through my phone. Her f pimp came through and it was like, y'all just doing some internet shit. Left. And then you f dipped. I've been on a scavenger hunt for you for like an hour, dude.
No, I mean...
This opportunity with CX was the perfect chance for Blade to slowly pivot away from drinking, especially as he was now in his mid-30s. Instead, he got worse and started to really irritate people. This was when the bladder issues from his drinking were really starting to become a problem.
Swear to God, you pissed on my jacket!
I love
my
you.
God,
Hey, I love you
No,
so
get
much.
up! I swear to God, the
I swear to God, why
Butlers, can you please get Blade up?
Ma'am.
Just smell it, senorita, to see if it
No,
is.
Please grab Blade.
He pissed on my jacket. Oh my God.
Okay.
Your poor dog.
Okay, where's the newspaper? We need to smack Blade a little bit. He's peeing again. But can you guys remove Blade from the chair, please?
Yes, please get him out of here.
You better walk away from me, bro.
Hey, come on.
I know.
Come on, Blade, come on. Gotta get out here, boy. Come on. Señor Blade, this is you on Blade.
Hey, you're out of line, homie.
Come on, man.
You're out of line, homie.
Get out there.
You're out of line, homie.
Hey, come on.
You're out of line, homie. I swear to God, dude. Hey, you're out of line, dude. Hey, I'm here.
Blade, just go over there.
Blade, get the f off the chair for real. You pissed
Shut
on
the
my...
f up.
No, you get up!
Fire.
And if Blade hadn't crossed a line already, he did so with his next move.
Now that you're as drunk as tell me the lifelong question. What is that on your neck?
What's one? Whose neck?
Big.
Okay. Okay, stop saying oh. Stop saying that. Okay, stop saying. Hey, Blade, why don't you go over there? Here.
Say the N-word.
Get it.
Blade maintains that he's a nice person, but alcohol sometimes makes him do and say bad things. However, some people argue that alcohol merely reveals the person you really are deep inside. Whatever the case, the person who Blade was, while intoxicated, was engaging in some incredibly shocking behavior. Passing out and urinating himself was one thing, but there are other things he did that were simply inexcusable. And if somebody says they're a nice person, but alcohol makes them worse, and they're always on alcohol, what can you expect? As well as launching certain expletives, he also received a lot of pushback from how he treated his dog.
All right, let's go.
It's just you and me.
But it was his attitude towards women in particular that destroyed his reputation towards almost beyond repair.
Yeah. Philip. What are you? All right. Hang on, man. Hang on. Are you okay?
Mm-hmm. I'm good.
Okay. Straight down. That's what we did. Hang on a minute, mate. All right. You're the one.
And why?
You got a ring. You got a ring.
Oh my God. Oh my God. You broke me. You broke me on my head. I don't know where I'm at. Where am I?
You have some big ass, baby. No, bring him on back. Bring him on back.
When faced with this criticism of essaying women, basically, his response was anything but apologetic.
I just have a lot of love to give. So if some random ugly bitch gets groped, she gets groped. Accept it. You should be welcome. You should be welcome. Seriously, you should be honored that I would ever grope you, you stupid.
And there's one incident in an RV that led to Moist Critical dubbing him the most hated streamer. At the beginning of the stream, Blade asked another woman a deeply concerning question that can only be matched by what Charlemagne had asked Logic once upon a time.
You remember? No. You should be.
Later that night, something may or may not have happened in the back of the RV.
Now keep in mind, nothing has been 100% proven, so this is all alleged. The incident occurred on an RV trip. It's a stream that they're doing with a bunch of different people. She was on the trip with them. There's multiple different camera angles, and one of the camera angles shows Blade going into the back room where the girl was passed out drunk, and he is stripped down to his boxers and appears to be thrusting on top of the woman.
And once again, this opened up the debate on how much of a role the alcohol was playing in his behavior.
Ordinarily, I'd feel bad for someone like Brian because he does struggle with a genuine condition, alcoholism, but he uses it like a superpower to be the worst possible person on the planet and make money off.
Ice Poseidon didn't fall out with Blade, but gradually distanced himself. This is what he had to say on the Painkiller Already podcast, or PKA podcast.
You know, I left on a good note with him when I left
That's good.
California and I moved to Texas. But he, you know, I mean, he just got a little bit out of hand, and I just didn't want anything to do with that, you know, with him saying the N-word and, you know, throwing dogs and just all this different.
That's right, the dog throwing thing. And then he drops, and then the stuff too, like that.
Oh, yeah.
That was weird. That
was definitely like a big, like, I don't want to get anywhere near this, you know what I mean?
And one of his best friends, Keemstar, tweeted, "Yeah, I'm done with Blade. I'm just as mad." To give his side of the story, Blade did this surreal interview with Chris Hansen, who used to host a TV show To Catch a Predator.
I do admit, I have a severe drinking problem. I've had it for quite some time. It's ruined a lot of relationships. I sometimes black out drunk and say absolutely ridiculous. I'm not a racist, but sometimes I say like the N-word, or I say something super offensive to women when I'm in that mode.
Did you say, whether you were drunk or not, something to the effect of, have you ever been raped? You should be. Something to the effect of, you seem rapeable.
There are clips of me saying that. I can't deny that, yes.
And what does that say about you, Blade?
It says I have a sick sense of humor, and I should probably lay off the booze, because I would never say that sober or even tipsy.
The footage of what happened was inconclusive, but Hansen pressed him on the language he used earlier that night. But ultimately, Blade had fumbled the opportunity with CX and Ice Poseidon. He had also fumbled the opportunity to move away from drinking. And as the years went on, the horrifying effects of his persistent drinking started to surface. In 2020, there's one stream where a paramedic had to do a welfare check on him.
Yeah. They're in the RV. Yeah, well, we're just getting a test. Yeah, you guys can come in. He's under the blankets. You guys are welcome. Yeah, if you want to come to the RV.
Can you pull the blanket off of him?
Yeah.
Is he talking? Is he?
Oh yeah, no, he's responsive. He's cool.
Okay, let's.
Hey, Blade, partner. These guys are here to check on your health.
Hey.
He's a little sleepy.
Has he been drinking recreational drugs?
Yeah, no, just drinking. Okay. As you can see, that's Jägermeister. That's his brand.
Then the paramedic was informed about just how bad his drinking problem had become.
Let's do a blood sugar and. Why do you guys think it's a diabetes problem?
Well, we checked his we used our kit, this thingy, my Bob, and it was like 262, whatever that means. Which we Googled and it says,
it's a little high.
That's super high.
Alcoholism is a huge risk factor for diabetes, especially as Blade decided to continue to drink heavily as he got older. In 2020, when Blade was roughly 36 years old, a picture of his leg appeared on Reddit and basically shows a huge lump growing on his right calf muscle. There were issues that should presumably serve as a wake-up call and force him to turn his life around.
Still feel like, and again, I know nothing about this, but I'm, on YouTube, if he would have just turned the lifestyle around, maybe throw some antibiotics in there, these wounds he has are not deep. Based on everything I learned in the TV show Scrubs, that if he just stops drinking, lives a healthier lifestyle, these are scabs. These are like the almost healed injuries.
But in 2021, a very concerning image circulated of his foot, which now had turned into a different color. This Reddit post speculated that it was necrosis, which is when the blood tissue dies, and is very common with people who suffer from diabetes. As well as his foot, he was also experiencing severe discoloration on his teeth too, which is also very common in people with alcoholism. Despite all of this, Blade was given a second lifeline and something that could potentially save his life. Part of Blade's problem was that he had what people would consider as Peter Pan syndrome, kind of maybe stuck in a college environment, while all of his friends were getting married, starting families, or just being professional and advancing in their career, even be it entertainment. He was still heavily drinking and just streaming. However, he somehow managed to land himself a girlfriend, Beck. This was the perfect opportunity for him to turn his life around. But just like with many people who suffer from alcoholism, this was much easier said than done.
I love you. How's the stream going?
That sounded like you were about to tell me something.
I was about to ask you something. Get some Jaeger, please.
As time went on, Blade's own chat told Beck that Blade was a lost cause.
That's weird.
Mouth donated $3. Beck, you are a weirdo up, but you live with trauma and have a good soul. You don't deserve the life you live. Redeem yourself while you can. Please. And go to sleep.
When Beck stopped appearing on streams, his audience put 2 and 2 together.
Blade, since Beck left you for real, how are you feeling? Your heart must be hurting and you're just drinking the pain away, but it's obvious she's left you and you're single again. Blade, get your life in order, bro. Too old for this.
I hate to break it to you, but Beck is not leaving. She's literally on her way here. Alright, fuck it. Beck is bringing my lack here. We'll try to work on the relationship, but she's gonna dip out after she gets here. There you go. There's your update. I don't know why you guys are so concerned about my love life and everything, but I'm a complete kid when I drink, and I drink for a living. So
this relationship did not last, but one of the few redeeming qualities of Blade was that he continued to be friends with her afterward, and the breakup seemed to be on good terms. Blade also appeared on the PKA podcast and at least showed signs that he was worried about his health.
Because obviously, like, the images of your feet and legs have been floating around forever, and that's what kind of scared all of us. We're like, oh, this is real deal. This is scary.
That scared me too, dude, because that's like, if I would have let that get worse, that would have cut my off. So like that was definitely a wake up.
But it didn't do it. It was a wake up call, but that was like 4 months ago, right?
Yeah, I know.
Towards the end of 2023, he was given yet another wake-up call, but one that possibly could stick. Blade invited his friend Willie Two Guns over. On this stream, it looked like Willie simply passed out from too much drinking, but actually something far more severe. Soon, Blade updated his fans on how Willie was doing.
2 days ago, Beck found out that Willie actually passed on either the 8th or the 7th.
2 weeks ago.
Basically 2 weeks ago. So it's been confirmed. Willie's no longer with us, and it sucks. And Beck's been a hot mess, and I've been trying to, like, I don't know really what I can do, but yep. So there you go.
This incident could have been the catalyst for what happened next. In January of 2024, Blade did what nobody thought he could ever do: stop drinking. As well as the death of his friend, his mother was also in poor health and needed looking after. The silver lining to his mom's poor health was that it forced him to quit drinking. And much to the annoyance of a certain section of his audience, he started streaming on a different channel where he just played Call of Duty.
Relapse a little bit. No relapse, bruh. No relapse, bruh. What up, YouTube? Make sure you guys all like the stream and tell people about it. I'll be streaming on here. Obviously, OUB2 or the original OUBs would be better, but thank you everyone that found me.
And if you wanted him to drink, you had to pay a heavy price.
Like I said, $5,000 and I'll get the half gallon. That's it. I haven't drank in almost a year, dude. I am gonna deal with all the bullshit that comes with breaking sobriety and the amount of everything.
But as time went on, it became increasingly difficult to stay sober. His streams were less entertaining, which meant that he made less money. Eventually, the $5,000 price tag to take a shot had lowered significantly
to $125. Take a shot now. Poopy 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 poopy.
Well,
Okay, I guess I have to go get little bottles.
So sadly, Blade was back to square one. And more recently, he showed the terrifying results of what decades of alcohol abuse had done to him.
Show us the stump. Show.
Okay. Well, during the poetic part about it is, yeah. During my year off from drinking, I got an infection in my foot, and the years of abuse of my body, I lost my toes, dude. So, I tried to hide it, but still got my foot, and not proud of it, dude. I'm actually super embarrassed by it. If you want to get real, I'm actually super duper embarrassed by it, dude. So, yeah, so during that stream, I ended up passing out in the bed, and obviously I took my shoes off, and people saw it, so I'm caught.
Blade also spoke about his current living situation where his mom is fully dependent on him.
A couple things. I don't have a passport, so that's a problem. And also, I take care of my mom full time. Literally take care of my mom full time. So, until that changes, I'm stuck, bro. Literally. Until that changes, I'm stuck. Can't do much. So, but I'm going to be there for my mom because it's my mom, but I can't really do it right now. Just stream, yeah. Just stream.
The chat then wondered why he didn't just hire a carer.
There is no caretaker for my mom, dude. Every caretaker dips out. They can't deal with it. They literally do it for a day, and then I'm good. So it's me, dude. I am the caretaker, really.
Then the chat wondered why he didn't do what many people who look after elderly relatives do and apply to be her paid carer.
I have a criminal record. I can't pass a background check. And that's what made it so I couldn't do the caretaking and get paid for it. Every time they send someone out, they do it for a day, and then it doesn't work out.
But a few days after this, a YouTube channel uploaded body cam footage of Blade getting in trouble with the police.
Thanks, Father. Just showed up in the room. Yeah, I'm trying to avoid him from recording me.
I'm going over there, dude.
What?
I'm going over there.
You're going over there? Well,
Yep.
we got a couple calls about you.
Oh, no.
Saying you're drunk, calling people names, and kind of being a turd to people.
Well, I respect it. I'll go inside.
Okay, where do you live?
I live right there.
You live at Okay. What's going on? Why are you yelling at people?
I'll smoke a cigarette. I'll go inside.
You what?
I'll smoke a cigarette. I'll go inside.
The body cam footage also showed a moment when Blade passed out on stream. His audience called the police, and they called to his door for a welfare check.
Hey, you good, man?
You just drunk? What's going on? Hey. Ryan.
Ryan, what's going on, man? Talk with us. I'm here, man.
Oh, cool, man.
Yeah, you're not in any trouble, man. We got a whole live stream worried about you.
Alright, man.
How long you been asleep for? What?
Your mom called again for a little welfare check. You want me to answer this? You want me to tell this dude you're okay? You want me to tell him? Who's Jacob Jones? Who's that?
Mom, we're good.
He's answering for me that long.
You want me to answer it for you? Okay, I got you, bro.
What's up, man?
I have a question. Were you outside screaming the N-word at people earlier?
No.
Yeah, that was you.
And if there's one person who deserves sympathy in this situation, it's his mom.
It's really sad to see, especially considering that he's supposed to be a full-time caretaker for his mom. But his mom is the one that seems to be having to take care of him, her early 40s son, who is now just unable to stop getting blackout drunk and is passing out drunk on stream and having the cops called as a wellness check to make sure he's still alive.
Despite the inexcusable things that he's done in his past, a lot of people believe in the capacity to change and turn things around. Sadly for Blade, he seems to be stuck in this all too familiar pattern. His train wreck behavior is all his fans want to see, although there is a portion of people that would like to see him change. However, pushing near 40 without any real marketable skills, also an addiction that went so far as to have his own foot damn near cut off, it doesn't seem like there are many other options outside of this for him. But he was able to pull a rabbit out of a hat with an opportunity in 2009. Maybe he can do it again.